And Mr. Abhay Bhakre, who's the Mission Director of the National Green Hydrogen Mission under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, is with us in the studio. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Now, how has India, managed to achieve this 50% non-fossil fuel capacity 5 years ahead of schedule? In what way has policy initiatives helped, and also how has market dynamics helped?
Yeah, so actually the policies have come first, and seeing the policy, the confidence in the government actions, the visibility, the kind of demand and the growth which is perceived by the investor, by the project developers, the capacity has come much faster, much quicker than as promised. And as we see, most of the developed nations struggle to even achieve their original NDCs, and they take much more time. They take longer time to set up solar parks, solar projects, wind projects. In Indian scenario, the policy push and the attraction by the investors and the development, coupled with the demand creation, has actually scaled up the capacity much faster, and that is why we have achieved this 50% almost 5 years, in fact more than 5 years before the target of December 2030.
So when we look at green hydrogen, we have a target also for 2030 of about 5 million metric tons. How much on track are we with that, as well as what role will green hydrogen play in this energy transition?
So because we have a sustained growth of around 7% in the economy, that means most of the sectors which need huge amount of energy are also growing at a same growth rate or even more than that. So that means there is a incremental demand every year increasing, and that's why the use of green energy, whether it's electrons, that's renewable power through solar and wind, and also the renewable energy in the form of where oil and gas is used, can be easily replaced by green hydrogen. And because India has a very strong grid available, we can transport renewable energy from one part of the country to another part of the country, which is not available in most of the other countries. Here we have the advantage that we can produce hydrogen, which is from renewable sources, that's the green hydrogen, and we can use the economic sectors by energy transition in the form of green energy, and that's why it is supporting our green energy transition. Not only solar, wind, but also the green hydrogen will be the future fuel for all our economy.
So has India, in the renewable energy sector, has it been able to balance, the needs of development with the environmental concerns so far? And we're looking at sectors like manufacturing in particular and transportation.
So these are the sectors, the manufacturing, where the electrification is the first lever, where you can actually slowly discard the coal or oil and gas, and we can shift to electrified processes. At the same time, transport sector, which predominantly uses the oil and gas, which is the fossil fuel, can be slowly replaced by EVs, the electric vehicles. Again, the electricity can come from renewable sources, or upcoming the green hydrogen vehicles. We have seen the trucks, buses being rolled out on a pilot basis. We would see hydrogen cars in coming years. So all these transition will actually replace the fossil fuels by green energy, and that's why it will support the further green energy transition and decarbonize our economy.
So you talked about the grid earlier. So have we achieved sort of grid parity, with our energy mix, solar, wind, hydro, nuclear? Is it on par with, the old conventional energy means in terms of the costs? And what challenges in terms of grid stability do you see in the future, as well as you're talking about EVs and about storage integration?
Yes. So renewable comes with essential hindrance about the intermittency. That's why we call it. From 2016 onwards, the tariff or the cost of electricity from renewable has almost come at par with the conventional electric sources. From 2016 onwards, we have seen further decline in that. But yes, there is a challenge of round-the-clock renewable energy. Currently, the base load or the non-peak load or the non-solar load is provided by conventional or the thermal energy. But as we move ahead, we will add more and more storage, where we can use the excess renewable energy from solar or wind in the form of a battery or a pumped storage, and use this storage in the night time or other peak time, so that we can increase the share of renewable energy consistently over the years, and slowly change the or the use of thermal energy during the night time also. That will help most of the other industries who are otherwise using the fossil fuel to gradually shift to the green energy.
Mr. Bhakre, what role has international cooperation played? India, of course, has been a founder member of the International Solar Alliance. So there are a lot of these kind of initiatives, biofuels and things like that. To what extent has this helped, as well as financing, technology transfer through this international cooperation, helped India in this clean energy transition?
So because the kind of progress, the kind of scale up we are witnessing in country, there are many countries who are unable to achieve these kinds of. So when the International Solar Alliance was announced in the Paris in 2015, and after that we have seen a major scale up in the solar sector within India. Also, it has been supported in those countries who were in fact not at all familiar with the solar power or the solar energy. They were predominantly using oil or coal. They have got the familiarity, and they have started making installations, whether it's decentralized the way we are doing it, solar rooftop through PM Surya, or we are using for the agriculture sector PM Kusum. So these kind of decentralized RE is also encouraged in these countries,
Yes.
small countries who are now ISA members, more than 100 of them. And that way the international standing of India as a climate champion, and also as a policies which are scaling up renewable at a much faster rate, has kept India as a front runner, as a leader in this energy transition.
A final question, do you see a greater rural electrification taking place through green energy, as well as lots more green jobs for our youth?
Yes. So not only the solar, wind, or even green hydrogen, all these projects, either they are coming at a large scale in those parts of the country where the solar or wind is good, in those states, etc. So a lot of green jobs are created. When these projects are situated at the agriculture sector like PM Kusum, those green jobs are created. If it is a solar rooftop, the rooftop technicians, the installer and the maintainer, they are all, these are the new areas coming up. EVs, hydrogen vehicles, these will be new sectors where the green jobs will be created. And in future, the production of green hydrogen, green ammonia, green methanol, these will be new kinds of green fuels which will be produced within India through renewable sources, and all these sectors will actually create green jobs in the green energy sector, much more than what we have witnessed in the past.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abhay Bhakre, Mission Director, National Green Hydrogen Mission under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Thank you for being with us, sir.
Thank you, sir.